At the end of last episode, or specifically at the tail end of last episode, we collected the final piece to an illustration, and if the last episode wasn't all about collecting a new weapon for Lana, I would have used this as the thumbnail, but because we did get this in the backhand, I think it's fine having it be the thumbnail for the next episode or this episode. So that's how we're gonna do things, I think. And slightly louder than I thought. Now we actually have to choose where we're headed, and the first map is called Adventure Map. Although I guess the rewards map is just called rewards map. So I'm thinking that we won't actually see what we unlock from doing the rewards map until we have finished all of the other maps. So even though we can technically do more maps, or like part of a map in the Wii U version, I'm gonna save that for the definitive edition, and well, we need to play as Zelda regardless, so I guess we just might bite the bullet and do a match with Zelda way, don't we? Huh. Sure. Even though I really don't want to use this shitty weapon. Or weapon I don't like that much. And I guess a bit of an update if you are only watching this series, or if you're watching it in the far future, and I've done a lot more than what I've done currently. But sitting beside me, actually sitting beside my Wii U gamepad is a Nintendo Switch. Yeah, in the meantime, or like while I Let's Played Sonic Unleashed, or might have actually even been before Sonic Unleashed. I might need to check that. But yeah, I went and got myself a Switch, and I actually surprisingly did not buy a copy of the definitive edition of this game when I got the Switch. In fact, I told that story of how I got my Switch a little later, but let's just say it was the second trip after owning a Switch that I thought I should get the definitive edition. So, yeah, I think I've stated this a few times before, but, basically, even though I now have means to do, or means to record the definitive edition, I'll still be using this version for as long as, I can. That may or may not make some maps we'll be doing later down the line harder. I think one of the maps that isn't in this version is one of the first maps in the definitive edition, and thus has the level 2 weapons. Pretty much the Wii U version is the only version where you get more than 2 characters, level 2, 3 versions, so I might be shooting myself in the foot when I go in the definitive edition and do the maps redo the maps I'm doing here. I think if possible, I think I might note some interesting changes between the maps, if I can ever remember them, that is. Since But yeah, so a while ago I went out to Mackay, I think it was around May, I think? Anyway, I went out to Mackay with the intentions of buying a Switch with a few games, but, 80 games was out of Switch stock, so, I couldn't buy the Switch, and then I had to go to, a few different stores, and, long story short, none of the shops there had a Switch, so, what I did was, on that trip, brought a few Switch games, I think Pokemon Sword, yeah, right, Pokemon Sword, Luigi's Mansion 3, and Super Mario Odyssey, and, I then pre-ordered this, pre-ordered the next batch of Switches, so, my Switch came in the mail, a month later. And then, after that, that's when I brought, of the next trip after that, that's when I brought the definitive edition. Along with Adam Time. And, let's just say that I've been enjoying the DLC for a hand time. Quite a lot, actually. At the moment, I've passed the halfway mark for the, Death Wishes, and, once I do that, I'm done with the game entirely. Although that being said, how exactly do I want to go about let's playing that game? I think, what I might do is, do it the normal way up until I do, do it the normal way, saving the DLC until last, and then, after that have highlighted episodes where I do some of the Death Wishes, because there's kind of a reason why they warn you about its difficulty, because it's hard. I think one of the first maps, it's one of the first things, the level, no, I think, so you're back from outer space, that level has a speedrun, and, that is very tight, and that took me a few attempts to actually get right. So, needless to say, I kind of expect there to be, 2-hour-long recording sessions where, I don't even get a single, Death Wish done. That just goes to show how difficult they are. Hmm. But needless to say, those won't be bonus episodes. They will just be normal episodes. So hopefully, whenever time comes, I will be able to like have a decent pace in uploading those. Yeah. But yeah. Probably something I should be talking about more so than Nintendo Switches is it's kind of becoming a tradition of me not touching this game while I'm let's playing other games, and it's kind of a bad thing since I'm a little bit rusty. Not to mention Sonic Unleashed. It's kind of similar, but like not as in depth. Especially not this, but the Wii, yeah, the last gen version. So like, I really want to know just how long Sonic Unleashed would have been if I didn't go out of my way to get 100%. Because like I guess the game grumps aren't exactly a good oh, that's what we've been doing. I totally haven't been paying attention to the game at all. Whoops. I know they aren't a good representation of the game's length, but I know their Let's Play of it went for 40 episodes. I don't remember if they had episodes of around the length I had mine, but like, I'm assuming they did in any percent playthrough. Seeing as I'm assuming the Let's Play finished at the final boss. And if you watch my series, then you'll know that there's things after the final boss. They really shouldn't be things behind the final boss, but yeah, whatever. Is there one more guy? Like, what's the deal here? I guess I could probably do the calculations myself. But that being said, I'm not entirely sure how long that would actually be. Also, probably should have checked this earlier. Okay. The bread and butter. Who would have known? Ganondorf seems like he can handle it. Just gonna say, might quickly get out my hookshot because I think, or like, I know there's a hookshot place around here somewhere. Casually just walking the wrong way. Okay, Ganondorf's in trouble. Let's go save the man. I haven't edited the finale, but did I mention that I don't recommend 100%ing the last gen version of Sonic Unleashed? Because I don't. Like, even when you're keeping track of things, like I was, for the most part, in my series. It's like 216 is way too many items. Not to mention it's like there's like nothing in between 80% and 100%. Like all levels, you would have to do or you would have to collect 215 out of the 216 items. It's like, why don't I just collect that one item and then, like, the one item that's in that final stage? It's like, what? Like, I think at the very least, like, 200? Maybe? Like, if I was designing the game, I would probably have, items behind every 50 items collected. So that way you have a good progression of, well, a good feeling of progression at the very least. Because if I wasn't counting on the very occasion the amount of items I had collected, I doubt I would have known how many I was away from collecting them. Cause like, I guess aside from the Gaia Gate puzzles, you just collect items so goddamn slowly. So this is the thing that I'm thinking about, I guess if I ever get around to playing the next gen version, I might do... I think I'll either make a main channel video or I might make, just an 80% let's play of the next gen version. Maybe. Maybe. Only because, I guess you could consider them being two different games entirely? How much does this do? I've been meaning to find out. Not much. Oh, at least I'm not going out of my way to get an S rank. A rank. This isn't Sonic Unleashed, LTs. There's no such thing as an S rank unless we were playing the Japanese version. Because then, yeah. I think, again, I've mentioned this before, but like, A ranks are S ranks, B ranks are A ranks, and C ranks are B ranks. Right. Okay. I guess it doesn't actually put a damper on what I wanted to do this episode. Although it might put a damper on what I want to do next episode, that is. Right. So was it... I will warrior say what? I really don't see how that was an A rank. Although I guess... Yes, because we are in the end game for this map, it would make sense that they would be a little bit more lenient. I think I might do this map of this level, and then yeah, because it said yeah, because my timer said says it's been 20 minutes. I will do this, and then that way we can deal with the Ganon Girahim playthrough of that Zelda level we just did. Although, how are Greggy Boy's badges looking like? Exactly. Okay, alternate version of me. Okay. I guess we don't really need. We didn't really need lock-on systems. But I guess it just feels nice. You know? Like a feature you don't really think you need, but like, yeah. It helps out quite a bit. Also, speaking about the Skulltula puzzle levels, I was kind of toying around with the idea of us doing any level, like after we finish this map, we then go on to do the rewards maps of the reward levels that we unlock throughout our time here. Although, only problem with that is, well, there's a few, I think, two-ish? 2 or 4, Skulltulas that provide pieces for a puzzle that, we collect most of the... Oh, wait, no, right, the Skulltulas you get in the normal mode of the story mode, the normal difficulty of the story mode is, that gives... Oh, that fills up most of the map, and then there's 5 tiles that, 4 tiles you need to then go into hard mode for. Although, that being said, I still think the remaining Skulltulas will be for the hard mode. I think. Wait, no, of course that wouldn't be enough to fill out an entire puzzle. Then there are leftovers that we get in the adventure mode. Basically, what I'm saying is, I think there's 2 puzzles we won't be able to complete in this mode alone. We will have to jump over to story mode for that. So, I think if possible, I might just want to do that in my free time. Although that being said, I guess it is a good thing I have the definitive edition, because I still want to make 2 more main channel videos for Hyrule Warriors. One of them being, of course, the 2, the 3 other stories within story mode. That being Sea's Tale, Linker's Tale, and the Wind Waker thing. So, Yeah, and then, the third and final main channel video will, of course, be, me going back and doing the entire, like, getting all of the hard mode sculptures for, all of them. I guess we can see what this is. Yeah, no. Uh-huh. I guess if I really... Ooh. I think I know what we're gonna be doing next episode. But before we can do that, we have to do the, back end of this episode and, do this level. Yeah, I'm doing my intro now. But until then, that's when I'll see you. So, this wasn't that bad, although... when you remember that Girahim is like my highest leveled character, then, yeah, you could, like, expect this to, like, go a little smoother than, Zelda. And, not to mention, before I did this, I gave him all 3 of his water defense badges, so he took, like, no damage, and, in fact, we end this off with our damage still in the 3 digits, and, if you're thinking that's, like, not that impressive, I have a habit of, like, not paying attention to, the damage after I get the Skulltula, so, most of the time my damage just spikes up after the Skulltula, so, yeah, although, unless I'm very stupid, there's, like, no real way that, my damage should surpass the 1600 mark, the 4000 mark, and, only if it's relevant the 10,000 mark, when there's, like, not much left, like, maybe going to go fight the final boss, like, the, boss, so it's like, if that happens, then you know, something bad has happened, or I've just royally screwed up entirely, Also, if you noticed that, I was in the process of saving one of the characters, but then I went over here to go save Impa, as, I glanced over at my gamepad and saw that Impa was on kind of low health, so I was like, oh, there's a base in between me and Impa, I suppose I'd better go save Impa before I finish off this guy, so, yeah, although that being said, the only bad thing about this run is that, the redeads were just taking so long to kill. But I guess that's down to the fact that, darkness is... well, there isn't dark, so, yeah, I guess it would make sense that, they take longer to kill. Also, I think I mentioned this before, but I think a side effect of, the, Weakness Gauge Plus is that, the timing of, like, the weakness circle goes away really quickly, so, you pretty much have to be on top of them for, you to get the weakness gauge animation, which is not something you can do as easily with Girahim, seeing as, his attacks like to blow enemies away. I'll commentate a little bit over the Darunia fight as it's kind of funny in fast speeds, and it's like not something I get to show off that often. It just looks like he's standing and there's like he's in another place. It's like, and it's not even that fast. It's like only at like 300 speed. It's like what? And yeah, casually choose that. So I guess I've already done my outro. So yeah. Bye, I guess. Huh. Forgotten how to do these.